Ramble.
Thank you to Honey, Coors Seltzer, DoorDash, and Harry's Razors for sponsoring today's episode. Eugene, I'd love if you'd introduce this one.
No, I think it should be Ned or Zach.
Why don't you say, ladies and gentlemen, Ned Fulmer.
All right.
Okay.
Hey everyone, it is the last TryPod of the year, which means you have all of the guys back. You've got Keith.
Hey!
You've got Miles.
Hey! Merry Christmas.
And returning...
It's actually Hanukkah, Miles.
Happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
And returning to the TryPod, you have Ned.
Welcome back, baby. It's your boy, Ned. I missed each and every one of you. I have returned, and I brought with me a child. Get your microphones adjusted, Zach, because this is the volume that's going to be coming at you.
Does it need to be?
All day.
Oh, it's
What is happening? How is that possible?
4 weeks of energy, just bringing it right back.
So those headphones.
It's not the energy that's so much as the blowing out of the microphone.
Yeah.
The decibel.
That's
As my girl Demi said, sorry, not sorry.
very good. Very
Oh
good.
my gosh.
But also I'm wearing noise canceling headphones and I probably can't hear myself speak. I'll do it like a
DJ.
cool DJ. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
that's a nice
wiki,
look.
Wiki wiki.
Yeah.
Wiki wiki. Ah. Anyways, I have a baby.
Yay! And
Congratulations.
and his
Thank
name Finley Miles Fulmer.
No, Miles.
Okay.
Because how could I steal the name of my firstborn?
Of course.
So sweet.
Go off, Ned.
Wow.
Yeah, his name is Finnfulmer Finley Hartho, actually, which is a family name. And
Hartho.
yeah, he's a little nugget, a little bundle.
That's a badass name.
That's pretty cool, right? Yeah.
That's a fucking cool name. Why are you going by Finn? You could be Hartho. Hartho, the Destroyer.
We like Finn, you know.
Miles, can you give me echo on Hartho?
Hartho.
Yeah, I mean, just imagine, like, you know, one of Ariel's great-grandparents was actually named that.
Wow. That's
dope.
cool.
That's really cool.
Miles, are you trying to become a basketball announcer over there with the reverb?
I'd like to. I am playing with sort of a new toy I got. Keith in the first half, moving and jump shot.
See?
Wow.
It really works for
So
basketball.
you just press a button and you get reverb?
Yeah, I can do all
You do it
sorts
for
of stuff.
my voice?
Yeah, I can go, hey, my name's Ned.
No. I mean,
sorry. What was that? Sorry, I thought you wanted
don't
me
worry
to
about
do
it.
your
That was
too.
better. I like that better.
Guys, don't forget we got Zach back on the pod as well. Zach.
Oh, yeah. I took a big bite of toast. That was poorly timed. I'm feeling freaking good, guys. I got a little bit of almond butter toast because I figure let's freaking live a little. Got my 2 liquids, tea, and sparkling water. Joe Biden's winning president for the 18th time. Vaccinations are rolling out. You know, there's a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. There's still some darkness, but life's good, baby girls, baby boys. I gotta swallow this toast. Someone else talk.
2020, it's almost done. We had such a year. It's great to have all of us back together again in the way that 2020 prefers it, separately.
And this is exciting, guys. This is the grand finale, the season finale of the podcast. You know, we'll be back in the new year, but so many plot lines to wrap up in this episode. I'm very excited to see. You know, will Keith's scorned lover return to spoil the plans? Will Eugene finally defeat the dragon? I don't have any more plot ideas.
Well, if you keep watching till the end, if you're watching on YouTube, you might get to meet Finn for the first time because he'll probably have to eat. And if I have to run away for a second, that's why. It's daddy time.
It's daddy time. Well, this is not only an exciting week because it's, the last TryPod, but it's also an exciting week because we have our documentary finally coming out. We have the world premiere tomorrow night. So that is going to be Friday night. Miles disappeared. There he is. Okay.
5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern, around the globe. Anyone internationally can tune in to watch it. And we're doing meet and greets in different time zones as well. That's pretty. We're waking up at 7 a.m. for you, Philippines.
We got a big day. We got a big day tomorrow.
So what? We've got the movie, and we should talk about that. But what is this like premiere thing that we did? Because I think it's pretty neat.
Oh yeah, super cool. Okay, so the movie is available, later on iTunes, Google Play, Amazon Prime Video, all that. Your standard like buying movies on your television. But we hosted a world premiere event where fans can virtually come hang out with us. We set up a red carpet in Keith's backyard. It's going to feel like Night at the Oscars that just happens to be in Keith's backyard.
Yeah.
We dressed up all fancy and fancy glitter masks and dresses and shirts and we have these tuxedos. Actually, we wore what all of the key art is.
Yeah, you've seen it, but now you get to see it in motion.
And
you
there's
get to
going to
see
be
it all over the place.
Red carpet arrivals where you can meet the stars of Second Try, including Miles.
That's right.
Even Miles.
Guest appearance.
And at the end, we'll do a once-in-a-lifetime live virtual performance of a secret song.
It's very cool. And then we're going to be hanging in the chat during the actual documentary part. So we really want everybody to focus on the documentary, but maybe, we'll be answering some little questions as we go, having a good time. It should just be, an event we can all look forward to. That's been something we haven't had a lot of this year, is something to look forward to. And we're looking forward to it. It's going to be really fun. It's a big event for us. We're also really excited to hear what you think of the doc. We've worked really hard on it, Zach especially. And it's a really good piece of art. It's way better than my other documentary about me going on tour, being a professional singer, and be dating Camila Cabello, and our relationship, all the songs I wrote for my new album Wonder. And I think this documentary is better than my Shawn Mendes documentary.
You're talking about your alter ego because you and Shawn Mendes look so similar.
Yeah,
right.
And I actually have started being his body double.
Wow.
So Keith, you're not a fan of your other documentary?
No, I don't think it's very good. I don't know if you guys saw the Shawn Mendes doc, but it's kind of meandering and bad.
Yeah.
What does Becky think about it? As Shawn Mendes fan number one, we'll talk about our movie, but I'm curious to know. Let's drag this.
I just don't think it has any. It doesn't tell you. So here's the thing: he was in that chasing fucking some kid Viner a long time ago. It was the one where he hosted the MagCon meet and greet. Cameron Dallas. So Shawn Mendes is actually in that docuseries because he was at those meet and greet things. And so I think because of that, he has left all of that kind of stuff out of his documentary. So it's a documentary about him, and you don't learn anything about him. He's basically him as a child, and then it jumps way forward, shows one performance of him is breaking through, and then he's just on tour. I want to know. I want to know about what he thought about being a meet and greet Vine artist, and what that was, if that was challenging or not, and how he struggled to be an artist through that, or if it was awesome. You get nothing there. He just is I'm on tour. It's hard to perform every night. My voice is getting shot. I have a new album coming out, and that's not a story.
How is ours different?
Ours is way fucking better because you got lots of stuff about us growing up, becoming who we are as people. You got a lot about all this, what it takes to run this company. It is obviously follows us on tour and how we put that all together, but it also has really just great storylines about us as individuals, our passions, our fears, our aspirations, and also what are we trying to do next? It's a really cohesive doc. You see our families in it. You see us in it. You even see Miles in it.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see the doc so I can see sort of my character arc and how that's portrayed over the 2 hours. I assume it'll be meaty, sort of a meaty, a big mouth to chew
guys,
on.
I've seen the documentary about 800 times now, but I don't know if Miles actually makes an appearance.
Actually, I was kidding. I did see it, and I am in it very briefly. I think there's a shot at the beginning where I'm walking with Eugene at VidCon.
Nice. Yeah. I like that.
Pretty nice. So keep your eyes peeled, everybody.
Oh, and a shot of your old desk is also in there.
Oh, yeah. I'm in that with Izzy.
You know what I think is interesting about the movie? I'm a little biased here because we made it. But I think in addition to all of everything that you said, Keith. It also shows the pains and the struggles of what we do and the places where we're not so good and the challenges that we've overcome, the challenges that we've gone through, and in some ways continue to go through. Devlin, our editor, said to me, he's like, this is kind of the movie that people would usually make 10 years later. And so it's really cool that you're giving this look while you're still going through it. And I, maybe there's a small risk associated with it. I'm excited to see what people think. I'm so anxious to see what people think. I mean, this movie has been, I'm not kidding, a year and a half in the making. It's been the majority of my quarantine life has been this movie and working through cuts and edits. And finally, people are going to get to watch it. I'm anxious, excited. I'm excited.
All right, audience, imagine this. You make a list of the gifts you're going to buy for the holidays, and then somebody randomly gives you the money to help buy one of them. That sound good? Well, that's what Honey is doing. They're helping pay for $1 million worth of gifts. That's dope. And you're probably wondering, is this the same Honey that automatically searches for promo codes online? They're going to do more? Well, yes, it is. With Honey, you can also make a list of all the holiday gifts you want from certain stores, and Honey will email you when the price drops on anything on your list. Just add Honey on your computer, create a free account, and throw some holiday gifts on your drop list for a chance to win. Honey will randomly select winners and give them the money to help buy something on their list. So I'm going to add some things to my drop list. What do I want to help pay for? Well, Becky wants some earrings, and Becky wants some perfume. But what are you going to do? There's no purchase necessary. You need a PayPal account to redeem the prize, though, and it's only valid in the U.S. The giveaway extends until December 21st, 2020, so it ends soon. So get going. Get Honey for free at joinhoney.com/tryguys. That's joinhoney.com/tryguys.
I mean, in the trailer, you see how Zach and I got into a big fight. And we all it's like tensions were hot. Like we were some of this documentary footage is as intimate as I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And the cool thing is I know you guys really, really well, right? Mm-hmm. We've been doing this for years and years, but I learned things about each of you in the documentary just because that's how intimate the storytelling was.
Yeah, I was surprised with, I feel like because you're in so much content, the four of you, it really it seems like you put a lot out there, and you do, but you're also selective with what you choose to show. And I feel like the documentary was really interesting because it was someone else's perspective. I mean, also yours, but like an editor and a director, their perspective on what was fascinating and intriguing and intimate about your lives. So I feel like there's a lot of stuff that really, I feel like you get person to person, but a lot of people don't know necessarily.
The hardest part of the documentary, for sure, it was helping guide it and helping, us as producers to make the best version of the story possible, but then also to take ourselves out of it and just step back sometimes and trust the creatives that were working on this with us to tell us what the stories they wanted to see and play out. And there were definitely times, I'd say probably at least one scene or one plot for every single guy where at some point in the process of the documentary we're like, so I feel like we could maybe just take that out though, right? Like I think the story's stronger without it.
Yeah.
just a little snip.
I don't really look so good here. If you're not sure who the villain is, maybe you're the villain. What was the most surprising part about the process for you, Eugene?
I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do the doc. I didn't want it to highlight the parts that it ended up highlighting. And I think in the end, it is actually a very therapeutic experience to watch it back. So hopefully audience members who identify as queer or have recently lost someone can feel what I feel when I watch it. But I've only been able to watch it once all the way through because it's quite painful for me. But I think it is important to see at this point in where we stand as a group, like where we have come from, because a lot of that has been, I think, generally kept under wraps. And I think even though we are digital, maybe this is why Shawn Mendes didn't want to explore that part of his side. Like, you certainly have a lot that you don't share with everyone because it's either sacred or because, it shows things that are the it shows the seams in something that a lot of people think that you're just shiny examples of positivity, or you're trying to trailblaze for X community, or you're just like constantly having to sell that you're best friends with no problems. And I think that is a huge weight for anyone to carry, even if you're not on digital or if you're not an entertainer. So this doc does a really great job of, tearing those seams just apart enough to examine how they were stitched together in the first place. So I think that's sort of it's a great thing to, I think, see as a testament to how we've been able to commit to what we do, and also where the four of us are at individually as people and as friends and as creatives. So yeah, I highly recommend everyone watch the doc, even though I probably will not watch it very often.
Yeah, I mean, it was a pretty intense experience going through it, and then kind of watching it back can also be pretty intense for us, because there was a lot of deep emotions that, I mean, we were going through a lot of stuff, and especially you, Eugene. I mean, there's, it was a very intense period in all of our lives.
Yeah, every time I rewatch it, there's some parts that are hard to watch, but also like it sort of re-inspires me to keep, making new things. And I'm just so, I guess, enamored with our audience, because they're all so genuinely sweet, and everybody is like so caring. And it's clear that our content has made a big impact on their lives. And this tour, we got to meet them, which made a big impact on our lives. And I get to the end of the doc every time, like, man, we got to make some more cool stuff for these people. We're so lucky to have an audience that is receptive to what we make, and it makes me want to challenge us to make even better stuff to get more of those people, so I can meet more of them, but also just to keep them around and keep giving them what they need and enjoy.
It's very emotional. It almost always makes me cry, because I'm just sort of like moved.
I'm sorry, I gotta say, my Wi-Fi skipped for a second, and Keith said, I want to make more content so I can meet more of those people. I heard so that I can eat more of those people. And I just imagined Keith being like the walrus in Alice in Wonderland, where he performs these great big shows and gets a big audience so that he can eat them all. Ooh, Keith eats the crowd is probably...
Keith eats every fan in Toronto. Keith eats every fan in Michigan.
There's something fascinating with what you said, Eugene, about... Okay, so you say in the movie about how what a YouTuber is someone that isn't necessarily creating art in a traditional sense. They are sharing themselves. You say it a lot more eloquently than me. I don't know if you remember it. But in many senses, and the movie shows us struggling with this throughout our lives, like we have created a separation, a layer where we are playing versions of ourselves that we are then presenting to the audience. And so in many ways, this documentary is kind of the most open we've ever been in a classic digital sense, right? We are just sharing our raw selves, very unfiltered, in a way that has been uncomfortable to us throughout the whole time. So we've come full circle. We made a movie about how we don't want to do that and how we struggle with that, and the movie just gives it all.
Wait, you think it's actually the most YouTuber-y thing that we've done?
I'm kind of realizing it now. I mean, it's high art. It's high art, but...
If authenticity is important in digital media, it's actually the most authentic thing we've done.
It's basically the best YouTube video we've ever made. No, it's a really good movie. It's the team
funny.
Just crushed it. It's so, like... people will be surprised at how beautifully made this movie is, and I'm stoked. I'm very nervous. I'm so nervous for you to watch it, but I'm very excited.
Well, the best way to watch it is to come to our world premiere. You can get tickets now at tryguys.com/movie. And if you think to yourself, "Oh, I'd love to, but I have plans Friday night." Well, first of all, lucky you. Wow.
Lucky you. What part of the world are you in? Not America.
Okay, plans. Wow.
Whoa.
I haven't had plans for months. Years. Anyways, the world premiere stream and the file is available for 3 months, so you can watch it. You can get tickets and watch it Saturday or watch it whenever. You can rewatch it. And the great thing about people that buy tickets to the world premiere is that you are supporting us and supporting our company, supporting everything that it took to make this movie directly. There's no
there's no Amazon taking a cut or whatever.
Taking a cut.
But I know a lot of people use all those platforms, so we're happy to be there. But that's, if you want to support the show, that is the best way to do it. TryGuys.com/movie.
And even further, what just sort of occurred to me that's extra cool is the same people that make our YouTube content made this documentary, right? And it's like, I think showcases our team's abilities really well, because a weekly YouTube releases and a full-length documentary, very different things, and our team is well equipped to make so many different types of media for us. I'm always impressed when I see edits come in. When I even like the pre-production stuff that our team does, I think our team is incredible, and this is a testament to.
Can we talk about our team's ability real quick? Let's just go off for a fucking second, because right now we're releasing without a recipe. You guys know that. I cannot fucking believe how good that show is. And I know that we made it, but also I'm not the one with my hand on it. YB edited the first 2 episodes, right? She fucking crushed that shit. And I just can't, it makes me so mad. Ooh, it makes me so mad that our team has not gotten an editing nomination for any award, because they are so miles beyond, not you, Miles, miles beyond anyone out there doing it. Fucking go off our team. I love those motherfuckers. They're great. They're the best.
Breathe it in, the cool mountain air. But this isn't a beer. This is a hard seltzer from Coors, because Coors Hard Seltzer isn't your average seltzer. It's rooted in Coors' long history of sustainability, and they were inspired by a generation that wants to do good in the world with a mission to restore America's rivers. That's right. They've got lots of flavors. They got the black cherry, the mango, the lemon lime, the grapefruit. Grapefruit is my favorite. It's a nice little refreshing beverage. We in LA, we have warm weather still during the day, so it's nice when I'm grilling. Maybe I'll have a little sip, something refreshing. 80% of America's rivers are drying up, and through a partnership with Change the Course, Coors Hard Seltzer is helping to protect and restore America's rivers. So each 12-pack of Coors Hard Seltzer restores 500 gallons of fresh water to U.S. rivers and the communities that depend on them. The result is 1 billion gallons of water restored to 16 river basins across the U.S. in year 1 alone. You buy Coors Hard Seltzer, you help restore 500 gallons of water into America's rivers. It's that simple. So visit CoorsSeltzer.com to find Coors Seltzer near you. That's CoorsSeltzer.com. For every 12-pack sold through 8/31/2020, Coors will purchase services from Change the Course to restore 500 gallons of fresh river water. Details at CoorsSeltzer.com. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Fort Worth, Texas.
Speaking of without a recipe, Zach.
Ooh, yeah.
Little boy Zach.
I was praising everyone else just to get attention back onto myself. Go off, Eugene.
Just let's remind the audience that the special episode of the ice cream cones was not an official result. Therefore,
Zach almost didn't even make it into a video.
Yeah, out of
I would have been pissed.
4, 5, 6, about 7 to 8 episodes now, Zach finally got his first place in brownies. Spoiler alert, but I think you've probably seen it. Congratulations, Zach.
Thank you, guys. It was so fun. I've been. I've been trying to be less on social media. I've been really reducing my time the last couple weeks. A little brain colonic. It's been nice, but everyone's messages were so sweet on social media.
My brain is cleanse or detox or literally any other word.
No. You gotta get the shit out of there. You gotta just diarrhea out your ears. You gotta let it ooze out. A colonic.
Zach.
Everyone was so sweet. That's the point of this. I came back from my colonic with healthy bowels, and guys, people were crying literally yesterday. People were sending me pictures of them tearing up because they were so proud of me. And that kind of means that's wow. I don't know what to do with that information, but you guys are so sweet, and I love all of you. Corn Diddy Nation, we're never losing an episode ever again. I'm only making high quality Michelin rated meals from here on out. That you have my word. I certainly will never make poison ever again, and not in the next 2 episodes.
I feel like everything's topsy-turvy. My journey has been let's just try and be creative. It doesn't matter if it's strictly good per se, but I'm always going for creativity points, which I feel like a lot of times, maybe Eugene is always very creative, also always very good. So there's that. But, I feel like we're all kind of like trying out different storylines and plot
your
points.
Neapolitan brownie, two of those layers were the best cake I've ever had in my life.
Two of them were very well. Thank you for the subtle dig at calling it cake. Appreciate that. Like Zach is really going out of his comfort zone, making something actually edible. Gotta get you back if you're gonna get me.
Okay, wait.
2 more episodes of the Auto Recipe. We also have some great classic TryGuys content. Also, I'm sure you saw the totally bizarre topic masculinity video that came out earlier this week.
That was so funny.
It was so funny. Such a blast. And that is another thing. Is like we get to make, really bizarre, like, let's throw a curveball. Let's see. Let's make something different. And it was really fun to watch you guys enjoy that silly topic masculinity show.
It's
and
a
hopefully
wild
we'll
video.
do some more. It's wild.
Zach and Ned, if you guys both took sort of like breaks recently, just clear your mind as
colonic, yes.
Zach said, what do you call it? A mind dump? Oh, a brain colonic. I see. So what did you
Brain
learn
colonic.
from stepping away from, work, social media? Will you guys feel anything, especially at the end of this year? Any life
Yeah, Ned, how was
lessons?
your break?
Yeah,
You must be so relaxed.
A little different for me, Eugene. Off social media, not for lack of trying, you know what I'm saying? Look, it's been a crazy year, and I feel like sometimes the only way to get through it is to just shut the world out and focus on the people that you love and just hope that everything's going to be okay if you don't leave your house, which, they're pretty good odds, but it's scary. I mean, it's kind of a double-edged sword because on the one hand, now it's not just me. I have a very fragile newborn who's, he's chunking up good. He's a good eater and putting on pounds, which is a good thing.
Nice.
For newborns. But it's like it's scary because he's still a little baby.
He's teething.
Doesn't even have his 2-month shots yet. So that's stressful, and we've been trying to be very restrictive with our COVID protocols. But on the other hand, we have no reason to leave the house. In fact, really have to be home most of the time. Mm-hmm. So I learned that love conquers all.
And you've been having like lots of cool adventures with Wes. Like you
That's
and Wes
true,
are like a buddy cop right now.
We kind of are. That's been an unexpected benefit. Is
Who's the loose cannon?
Oh, definitely me.
Rein it in, Ned. We gotta eat this ice cream.
Yeah, because now taking care of 2 babies, often Ariel will take care of Finn and I'll take care of Wes. And the best way to help Ariel out is to do something with Wes outside the house. So we've been going
Get
to
him the fuck out of there.
zoo. We don't swear, but yeah. It's very helpful
like that.
to be like taking care of a baby and not having to worry about a toddler. He's starting doing this thing where he says he's making pasta, which really just means he takes the Play-Doh and he cuts it into little tiny pieces and then smushes it into the rug. Oh, Wes. But we've gone to the zoo, the beach. We've gone to get bubble tea. We go for walks and scooter rides. It's really, really quite fun and a special time that I'll remember as, Daddy Wesley time.
Yeah, it's been cute to see on the Instagram the brownies, the cooking adventures. Mm-hmm. Also, whatever he did to screw around with your air conditioner the other day, hilarious.
Yeah, I hope it's okay.
And Zach, how's your baby?
Yeah, I had a long planned time off from the group, and I planned it to line up with Ned's paternity leave because I'm like, well, we're not going to be filming as much there. Thanksgiving, I can already, I thought that I'd be leaving in a time when there would be the least work. I don't know that that's actually true. So thank you, Eugene and Keith, for doing a lot of work for me the last two plus weeks. It's been very nice. I open my email and go, oh, wow, those boys are working hard and I'm not.
It's been a lot. Yeah, it certainly was a big influx of work this month. We shouldn't have been that much extra work, but there was, which is great. New work means new, opportunities, and it's good for the business. But it's really a lot of stuff came in after Thanksgiving, surprisingly.
But it's something that it's kind of inferred in the doc, I guess. But we take turns, not formally and officially, but working on personal projects and other things, and also just taking a break. I think it's really necessary and healthy for us to have a creative separation sometimes so that I can come back and miss you guys and all vice versa for all you too. So for the last 2+ weeks, Maggie and I, the week before Thanksgiving, got an Airbnb. We're by the beach. Wake up early. I do beach yoga and then go swim in the ocean. I'm like, whoa, wow, who am I? Who's this guy? Wow. But I've just been writing and reading. That's really all I've been doing. Working on something that percentage chances mean no one will ever see, but hopefully someday you will. Well, who knows?
That's like so the opposite of my life.
I've got like a nice tan over here, and I'm glad we did it.
I rise with the sun and do a quick bit of yoga by me.
I'm incredibly privileged for so many reasons. One, to have like the access to be able to take a vacation from work, but also like I got it right in time before California shut down again, and obviously things are getting bad. So I consider myself very lucky that I was able to do it. But even if you're just at home, like over these holidays, maybe you just make yourself little oases and care for your partner in ways that you can. And for me, it was just like, I find that all of the news and social media and doom scrolling that I ingest in the morning takes so much emotional and creative energy that by the time even lunch rolls around, like I'm done, I'm spent, I'm giving myself to others. So I just tried to use this time to reframe my days and bring mornings are for me again, and then I catch up on what's happening in the world. It's just a little toggle that allowed me to feel, again, the colonic went in, the shit came out, and I feel good. I made a colonic reference again if I froze.
I think that's good. No, we got that. That part came through loud and clear.
Yeah,
we lost a little at the beginning, but the sound came back for the colonic, and that's really
it's
what
a really
I think
good
it was
point
about.
to not read a ton of news in the morning. That's for sure. Affects I've kind of tried to stop doing that too. One thing I've been doing lately is I watched the Queen's Gambit, and now I've been playing a lot of chess.
I bet
with
you have.
one of my friends. It's great. And it's something you can do with one hand while, a baby sleeps on your chest.
Nice. Apparently chessboard sales are through the roof after Queen's Gambit.
For real?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like an unprecedented amount of chessboards being purchased.
I'll do a chess night. Let's do it. You guys want to live stream chess?
No.
You want to do Twitch chess?
That's a huge category. It's chess on Twitch.
Now I'm in like chess TikTok because I keep engaging with chess TikTok because it's kind of hard to follow in 15 seconds, so I have to rewatch it a couple times.
Yeah.
So I'm not in chess TikTok, but I have accidentally, purposely made all of my recommendations on all of my feeds, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, all just about grilling large pieces of meat. And I myself am not grilling large pieces of meat, but man, there's a lot of like meat porn out there. It's just beautiful prime ribs or like rotisserie chickens. And I just been watching it. And now like I am almost exclusively getting that content, which is great, but also makes you really hungry and really makes you want to go out and buy an expensive piece of meat and spend a whole day cooking it, which I might do this Christmas holiday time.
It is crazy how engagement totally drastically adjusts your feed, which reminds me, drop a thumbs up, drop a little smash that like a doodle button. Make sure you get these TryPods every Thursday morning.
And Eugene, Ned has sort of been busy being a daddy of a baby, and you've sort of been busy being a daddy to us all. So do you have any holiday plans coming up? Any sort of, I know you're kind of a workaholic, so you going to take a break?
Zero plans, zero break. I will continue being inside observing quarantine rules.
Nice.
Staring into the abyss, probably working a lot. But I think that opens up a good question about what you've learned from all of the, trials and tribulations of 2020. What are your takeaways? Because certainly there's a lot of reflection that can happen when you don't go outside.
Yeah. There have been good things. I think 2020 was a really tough year for a lot of people, for the country, for the world. But I think it's good that good things have happened despite that, right? It's hard to say like it hasn't all been bad because it's been pretty bad. But I think it's important to notice the little victories and still celebrate them.
There are some good things.
There's some good things.
Victory right there.
Baby. Hello, baby.
We haven't gotten to meet him yet. He looks like such a little worm. He looks like the worm from Labyrinth who says...
Or the glowworm, the toy.
I'm talking about the guy that I looked like.
Oh, yeah.
The little worm.
Yeah.
The little worm from Labyrinth. Eugene, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, he's like, don't go that way. That's not the way.
That way goes right to the castle.
But Ned's got a baby. Eugene and I both upgraded to houses, which is especially during a pandemic, having the space of a house with a yard or at least some sort of backspace has been. I mean, I didn't have it for most of the pandemic. It's only been the last couple months, maybe, and it's been a huge change in my life, which has felt very freeing, and it's been nice. And Miles, of course, he's got a new microphone and a desk. He's been fucking crushing that desk.
That's fucking right, dudes. And I got a dog, which has been really...
Oh, yeah. I got a cat.
Hey, you got a cat? It's been taking up the most part of my time is having a dog.
Sounds like a lot of building of personal relationships, which is good.
Yeah. A little self-improvement or at least surroundings improvement in some ways.
Yeah. Time has moved so quickly and it kind of feels so diffuse. And sometimes I think back and I'm like, what did I even do this year? And then the answer is there's so much. I mean, we made a movie. That's huge. This is like kind of our one of our biggest projects ever. And it's just all of a sudden, and here it is, of course.
And Zach got engaged. You got engaged, Zach. That's huge.
That's true.
I put a ring on my finger. Well, I didn't, but I put a ring on her finger, and I'll get one eventually. Guys, you've heard me talk about bullet journals, a little bujo action. I cannot tell you enough. Get a little notebook for this time in your life because it helps the days, like it helps you keep track of what you want to do in even just a week. And it's okay if you don't get to them, that's fine. But having this notebook, I've been able to look through the last couple weeks, the last year, and it's there. It's a nice tether to remind you, like, oh right, I did this thing. And even in this sea of bleh, things happen, and it's nice to mark down your little triumphs, however small they may be, like. I made a dope pasta today, right? Like that, celebrate those victories.
I have very sensitive skin. And when I am shaving, I need the best razors. I need something gentle on my cute little cheeky cheeks. My face cheeks, you listeners, get your head out of the gutter. And I have a special offer for all of you right now, because now new U.S. customers can redeem a Harry's trial set of Harry's razors by going to harrys.com/tryguys. You get everything you need to start for just $3. That's incredible. And the story is also great. Harry's was founded by two friends, Jeff and Andy, who were tired of overpaying for razors. We have all been there. Most big brands were over-designed, overpriced, and out of touch. So they founded Harry's as a return to the essential quality blades at an honest price. They confidently stand by their blades with a 100% money-back guarantee on harrys.com. And Harry's has a great offer for you guys. New U.S. customers can redeem a Harry's trial set at harrys.com/tryguys for just $3. You'll get a 5-blade razor featuring their new sharper blades, a weighted ergonomic handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover to protect your blades when you're on the go. So just go to harrys.com/tryguys and redeem your trial offer today.
Can I say something really sad?
Yeah.
Hit it, Eugene.
Yeah,
Sad alert.
I've gotten better at this. I'm going to say something really sad, and then I need Miles to laugh, and then bring us back to the inspo, the good aspirational shit.
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. So I learned that, I lost someone very close to me this year during the pandemic, and my little sister canceled her entire wedding because of the pandemic and won't be able to have it again, or she's deciding not to. And my family's going through, I think, one of the worst times of our lives because of some things I can't talk about. And I never got the opportunity to actually be sad about it. You know, I think the pandemic, it really stole my process to understand that it's okay to feel bad about what's happening. And also whether that be as small as, you know, it fucking sucks to be in your house for over half a year, or if you lost someone during this time, it always got twisted back to us like having to yell online and talk about it openly with someone. It's just, I think it's just one of the things I learned is that you really need to also take the time to like, not just feel good about yourself, but to really let yourself feel bad. Because I don't think many of us out there were given the opportunity to really separate the feeling of truly feeling sad versus just feeling just like bad about the world in general. So let those feelings be valid, because I think especially as we go into 2021 in the unknown, those are going to be really powerful memories and emotional associations to draw lessons from and hopefully strength from, because you need to grieve to be stronger. So by ignoring that, I think has been one of the mishaps of my years, trying to flood myself with work to distract myself. But I think it's good for everyone to like take time to just remember that if you feel bad or if you felt bad in 2020, that's totally okay too. You should be okay to feel bad about everything.
I'm glad you said that. I think that's great and apt. I mean, we've been robbed of a national mourning and we've been robbed of our personal mournings, and it's important to not forget that.
I would say if I've talked about this before, but if you do have something that you know kind of like triggers grief, I think, or like even crying, it's good to have something that can stem that and allow you to let go of some of it. A very weird thing happened to me, and Ned and Zach, you were gone for this, but I think you know that I had that stray cat. I was able to find the owners of that cat and return their cat to them.
So exciting.
But right after I gave the cat and I came back in the house, I just almost sobbed. And it wasn't like because I wanted to keep the cat. It was a combination of them getting something good, and I felt good about something I had done, but I had also formed a relationship with that cat, even though it was like only like 2 weeks. But I think it was just that a lot of grief that was maybe underneath from a lot of things of this year had the opportunity to come out. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so overtaken with grief from this cat. But it was clearly so much more than the cat. It was just, I hadn't given myself, nothing had happened that had triggered that response for me. And then everything else that had been buried sort of all just like came out, and it was very cathartic. I felt much better after it. And I cried then. I cried like a few more times in the next like hour or two. I don't know why. I just needed to expel some grief, I think.
Go off, Queens.
Thanks.
I think you have to feel good about being sad sometimes to have context for why it feels great to be happy. And I think, Ned had a baby. Keith had a cat baby. Zach put a ring on it, baby. Those are huge life moments that you understand the joy of that more because you have come from places or have a relativity to what it's like not to experience those things. So, and Miles is everyone's favorite internet baby.
That's very sweet of you to say. But yeah, no, I think it is hard. It's been hard to do this stuff during the pandemic. Eugene, I also lost a very close friend of mine during the pandemic. And I think it's like, it was so hard because you don't get a chance to grieve. And I think for me, it's something that like, I don't know. I think people are really hard on themselves during this time for like, I have a lot of friends who are actors or performers and they're live performers and they're just like, I feel like I'm stuck. I feel like I'm losing my career. And it's like, no, we're in the middle of like a historic pandemic. Like it's not your fault at all that like you aren't working right now. You just have to like give it time. And I think that like, you really have to try and look for things that you can be grateful for. Like right now, like it's just so hard because the world is broken at the moment. So I think it's just like everyone needs to give themselves a little break and totally look for things to cry. Personally, it's been grazing the turb for me. I've brought it back. And that has been deeply cathartic because that show's sad as fuck. And so it's really
Wait,
Really?
Miles, put the effect on for when you talk about Grey's and the Turb.
Grey's Anatomy and the Turb definitely got me sad as fuck. But yeah, so I think they find those releases and it helps for sure.
Oh, that is so funny. That's such a funny. I gotta get me a goofy soundboard.
It's really fun.
I want it.
So coming up soon, we'll just have the Cry Guys episode where all 5 of us forcibly find ways to cry on a podcast.
Cry Guys.
We could do a try not to cry challenge, but it's the 4 of us trying to put people in like, I don't know, it might get too dark knowing us. Try to cry challenge.
Try to cry. Yeah. We want you to cry.
Yeah.
Let it out. Cry.
Let it out.
First person to cry wins $10,000.
That's a great idea.
That's
Do you guys think you could cry on command? I think I could.
It takes me a few minutes, but I can do it. I just have to think of some things, you know?
Dig deep into the well, but they're there.
Yeah.
The moments are there.
I thought of another positive thing from 2020. Miles, you had that charity live stream that we were on playing Among Us, and it was very successful. And I thought it was very cool of you to do that, to organize it. It's good. I think all of us, I think, have donated to various causes this year. There's been a lot of things that needed donations, and there's always more things that need donations. So. Especially around the holidays, it's important to think of those who are going through something harder and trying to help them out. And I think you did a really great job with that.
Thank you very much. Yeah, that was so much fun. I like doing those. It always is very heartwarming. And people who, there's so many people that just kind of come together and donate. It's very inspiring to see everyone kind of unify for a cause.
And we were on that Matt Pat St. Jude's live stream. They made $3 million, something absolutely crazy.
Way to go, Matt Pat!
It was very cool. Shout out to Matt Pat for putting that together.
Stephanie.
It was cool. I got to meet Markiplier. I think maybe I've met him before, but I haven't actually talked with him for an extended period of time. We talked for 3 or 4 minutes, which was very cool. He's obviously a behemoth in the space, and he's also very chill. And then the next day he couldn't poop, and he was in the hospital for not pooping. He needed a colonic. But did you hear he had this thing where he something happened, he couldn't poop for days. He was in the hospital, and he finally pooped. And there was it was trending on
Twitter. He pooped.
Sometimes we all just need a little colonic in our lives.
Turns out.
That's really Zach and Keith's dream. Y'all are constantly talking about your bowels.
Well, it's important. Just as you need to open up about grief, you need to open up about pooping.
Y'all got to get on trending for your poop.
You don't know what you got till it's gone. And when you can't poop, well, life's not good. And let me tell you, as someone who's been through many periods in my life unable to poop like a normal pooper, you know that Keith changed my life? Seriously? Do you know this about me?
No,
We're going to talk about poop again for just another second. That because I had very fucked up bowels, and I feel like poop talk is stigmatized to the point that we don't all know what's normal because you don't talk to your friends about pooping. And so if you're like me, and if you got some shit going wrong, literally, you don't know it. You only know your life, and if your stomach has been fucked your entire life, that's all you know. So Keith one day in the office at BuzzFeed, that's how long it took me in my life to realize that my body was wrong. Just hearing him talk about the frequency with which he poops, the veracity and frequency, I was like, whoa, well, that's not my experience at all. And Keith, I think, is a little on the further end of the spectrum. He's like a rabbit, and I admire that. I'm jealous of it, just pellets for days.
Yeah.
But mine, so thank you, Keith. You showed me the errors in my pooping ways, and you changed my life.
Thing is, everybody poops different. It's regular to poop once a day. It's regular to poop 3 or 4 times a day. It's just sort of how your body works. But it's good to poop. Feels good.
It's not regular.
I did a food babies. I shot a food babies video, and I don't know when it's going to come out. And let me tell you, I did not poop for a couple of days after that. It was really tough on the colon.
Which one? Or unless it's not out.
It's not out
Which
yet.
colon?
But we can tease it. It was Korean corn dogs, and they're full of beef and full of mozzarella, and cheddar, and they're fried dough. And it was just it was so much stuff that your body needs time with that my body took some time.
Yeah.
What do people got to look forward to in the future of the Try Guys 2021 and beyond?
Oh, yeah. What is coming around the corner?
Well, actually, there's a little bit of uncertainty because we have a lot of pre-shot videos, but then California's back in lockdown, so we'll have to do some content from home. But you'll get some normal videos. I think, are we going officially to one a week?
Yeah, January, we're going to be down to one video a week. That's just so that our team can, spend the holidays relaxing. So everybody has a little bit of a break to take the foot off the gas a little bit. TryGUYS, my God. So that's a change. But then we'll be back to 2 videos a week by February, and we'll sort of play it by ear as to what type of content you'll get. Luckily, we were able to do a lot of shooting in September and October when the restrictions were down, the cases were down, it was safer. We always took lots of precautions, but we filmed lots of TryGUYS content, some 4 versus ones you've seen, the Without a Recipe series. We really jammed it all in there when it was safe so that we'd have some stuff, but we will run out of that and we'll have some from home videos, and we appreciate you all supporting us during those times. We're trying to keep them cool, come up with new concepts that are fun, but it's tough. It's much more fun to be in the same room with one another. And I think you guys like it more, we like it more, but these are goofy times, so we're doing what we can to bring you the good laughs.
This is a fun one that we can announce here. We actually have 2 podcasts brand new coming out in the new year. One is a mystery podcast. What could it be? Sound off in the comments below. Who even knows? But one is one that I'm hosting with my good friends Kelsey Dara and Garrick Bernard. We don't have the domains yet, so I won't tell you the title, but it is a pop culture movie and TV show podcast where we are going to discuss with guests and just with each other our favorite movies and shows that we know are not good, but that doesn't mean they're not great. I'm super amped for that one. That's going to come out probably in February. And then, on the TryGUYS side, there are very cool things in development. We'll see what the world looks like and how fast we can make them, but there's a lot of good stuff coming up. I'm pretty giddy about it.
And our new studio finally got approved by the city after an entire year
so big
of COVID delays. So it's officially under construction now. So sometime next year, we will move into our beautiful new 5,000 square foot production space where we can make whatever we want.
Yeah, that's certainly super exciting.
I wanted to get a zip line.
I am so truly excited about the new space. I could not be more jazzed about it. I was talking.
I think you're the most excited.
I'm so fucking excited.
You're number one excited.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's going to look absolutely lit. The podcast studio is going to be a fucking lounge, for God's sakes. And I'm very excited. They're laying cables in the wall. Because I was like, oh, we'll route the audio cables. And then I was like, no, dumb. Fucking put the cables in the wall. So that way we have ports everywhere and everything just plugs into the fucking wall. It comes out of my desk. And
Now, Ned's wife is leading the construction, so you didn't call her a dum-dum.
No, I would never. I would certainly never, obviously. I called me dum-dum for not thinking of it sooner.
It's the holiday season, and you're probably doing a lot of cooking, and sometimes you're probably burning stuff in your oven, or sometimes you're overwhelmed and you just want a break, and you order some food, and the best way to do that is through DoorDash. It's the app that brings you food you're craving right now, right to your door. Ordering's easy. Open the app, you choose what you want to eat. Your food's going to be left outside your door. You don't have to touch any people. Nobody touches anyone anymore. With over 300,000 partners in the US, Puerto Rico, Canada, and Australia, you can support your local go-tos, or you can choose from your favorite national chains like Chipotle and Wendy's. I love Wendy's. Many of your favorite local restaurants are still open for delivery. Just open the DoorDash app, select your favorite local restaurant, and your food will be left at your door. So, right now, you can get $5 off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter code TRYGUYS. That's $5 off your and 0 delivery fees on your first order when you download the DoorDash app in the App Store and enter code TRYGUYS. Don't forget, that's code TRYGUYS for $5 off your first order with DoorDash.
Eugene, how many dogs are you going to get next year?
How many dogs am I going to get?
Yeah.
That's my prediction for the next year. You're going to have 20 dogs.
Oh, the second was easier. The third feels like the cap off. I don't know if Ned can relate, but once there's 3 running around, I feel like that's maybe the limit. I want a 4th, but I feel like Matt's going to check out at that point. It's going to be very much like, okay, if you want that one's yours. So, yeah. It also is that the third one currently Oh, did you hear him just yawn? So cute.
Yeah, it's very cute.
I got cuddle envy from Ned, so I grabbed my child. And
Nice.
Kimbop's a bit of a handful, so to speak. So don't think I'm gonna get another dog soon, but maybe a cat. I really want a cat.
I would love to see how a cat handles the energy of your dogs.
Want a
Maggie
ferocious
has got
cat.
it in her mind that she is definitely getting a cat for me. Like, she's like, it's my gift to you. We're getting a cat. And you know what it is because Bowie, she might be mad. She doesn't listen to this part. She doesn't listen this deep into the podcast. So no one tell her. This is our secret. I think part of it is because Bowie's so hyperactive and no one believes that she can do it, including the people on this Zoom. She's like, I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to get a cat and they're going to be best friends and everyone can fuck off. But she literally, we were at dinner the other night, like eating dinner. I made this meal and she sits down. She's like, no, I'm not going to tell you. I'm like, what? No, you can't do that. You can't just start a sentence and say, I'm not going to tell you. And she's like, okay, I was on an adoption site. I found a cat. She's a really cute blind cat. But I'm like, Maggie, we literally were like, this was like day 2 of our Airbnb trip. Like, we're not getting a cat and bringing it to this Airbnb. No.
Also, I think that cat needs all of its senses to handle Bowie. I don't think this is the time to bring in a cat that maybe is down one, you know?
It was, you know what it was? It was a cat that, like, in the photos was hanging out with dogs. So she's like, aha, like, we're going to get an old cat that is used to dogs.
She can't see it, so she doesn't know it's not a cat.
That might be my future. Eugene and I might be getting cats this year. We'll see. We got to balance the scales a little bit.
Yeah.
It's true what they say about the second one being easier. Ariel's labor, the first time around it was 14 hours, and I recreated it in a TryGuys video. Second time around, from hospital parking lot to having a delivered baby was under 90 minutes.
Not as good of
Wow.
Yeah.
It's short of video.
So fast. So we tell the whole story on Baby Steps podcast.
Mm-hmm.
You can check that out. And then we'll be back with Baby Steps on January 10th.
Mm-hmm.
The team's cranking. We're cranking. We're chugging on down the tracks. This train is just getting more and more cars. I don't think there's a caboose in sight.
You were picturing a train. For whatever reason, I was picturing a ship, like an old, like the Titanic, with people shoveling coal. And, the Titanic was a mighty ship. It just kept cruising ahead.
It was.
It was for like half its journey.
I was reading about, like, the Titanic. There was a sister ship, Titanic, that also sank like the same way. Like, that's not a good build.
Yeah.
They had lots of problems. I don't know if you've read. There's like it was like some people say it actually caught on fire, and that all before it hit the iceberg, and that was also a part of why it had a problem. Yeah, so there was a lot of problems with the Titanic. You should never claim that something you have is unkillable, unbeatable, unsinkable, unwhatable, because you're just challenging. I think we were all like 2020. You remember last New Year's? Everybody was like 2020. All our problems are going away. Nothing could stop us. And then the universe is like, and then obviously it stopped us.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember, I don't exactly recall what it was, but there was a lot of bad stuff that happened in 2019. And we all were thinking like, 2019, am I right? This year is the worst.
Yeah.
And there was a sense of optimism that 2020 would somehow be better, because it couldn't have gotten worse than 2019. And now I'm like, what were we even complaining about?
Every year, we're like, this next year, that'll save us. I don't know. I hope it gets better. I think, obviously we're going to have a different president. That's going to set a new precedent for how things are handled, which hopefully will, the vaccines are getting created. They're getting pumped out. They think most people will be able to have them by the summer, maybe the fall. It seems like a long timeline, but honestly, that seems optimistic to me. So I'm on board. I was like, there was like an article that was like, it might take until summer. I'm like, fuck, summer. That's awesome. That's so quick. That's really fast. Fine. I'll take one.
What's the first thing you're gonna do when quarantine's lifted in who knows how long and everyone's safely vaccinated? What's the first thing you're gonna do?
Probably Frolf.
We should do a frolfing video, by the way.
What is that? What is
it's
that?
frisbee golf.
Frisbee golf.
They call it Frolf.
Frolf. Yeah, it's really cool. So they gave it a cool
cooler
name.
circles.
Wait,
The fact that I knew what he meant, unfortunately, I suppose means that it's a real thing.
Y'all
I
never
knew
frolfed?
it, and I
I've
hate that I
frolfed.
knew it.
It's fun.
Yeah, you kind of throw a frisbee at a ball of chains and it goes in.
who plays this?
I played it.
Keith.
It's fun.
There's one counselor at every camp who gets to be the Frolf instructor, and they are the chillest chill bros living their best life.
Yeah, so high.
Just tossing discs all day with some, like the 3 kids that signed up for it, and they are, think about them. They missed out on a hell of a summer.
What will I do when it's all safe? I think I would love to host my friends like all together and like have a party with all of us where we can all like have fun. We can dance. We can play games. We can sip on some drinks. We can have a good time. I don't know. I just something very social without the inhibitions that we've had.
Like a big like Korean barbecue dinner.
Oh, one where your dirty forks are all touching each other and you don't even care.
And then you go to a karaoke room and you just pass the mic around. Everybody just coughing on the mic. And then we all like, was this my beer? Oh, is this yours? Oh, I drank half it. Oops. And we just don't worry about it. We just
Honestly, I think the kind of worries are going to take a little while to go away for me. Like you're saying, like drinking out of someone else's drink, and I'm like, no,
I know.
no way, I'm going to do that.
I know.
But
It's
who
going to
knows?
take a while.
Get a couple drinks in you, and you go karaoke party. A lot of things go out the window.
Fuck, okay, I'm going to say it, but don't quote me on it. I think I'm just going to go actively hug people.
Wow, that's a video.
Whoa. Like, I think I'm going to go stand on a street corner, just fucking envelop every stranger so close into my arms that we're like breathing on each other's necks. Yeah, maybe even make out a little bit. I just think I just need to like just touch so many people physically.
Yeah,
I'll even take a high five.
Yeah, I want to meet somebody and shake their hand.
Oh, that's good.
Like, hey,
That's
how's it
hot.
going? Nice to see you.
Yeah, that's hot.
How many times this year have you been like, hey, yeah, sorry, can't shake. Forgot. I always forget.
Yeah.
Elbow bump, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go finally see Tenet.
By the time you're listening, it's out. I'm
I'm
it's on
waiting.
digital.
I'm waiting till I can see it in a theater. I'm waiting. I'm gonna wait for Tenet. That's gonna be my little candy bar at the end of this. I'm gonna go see Tenet the way that Christopher Nolan demands I enjoy it in a loud rumbling room.
Yeah. I mean, sports games for me. Like, I know some, like, Florida or whatever has 25% capacity in the stands, but not California. I've been sad I can't go to football games.
We got nothing out here. But, we're always looking up. We're always hoping things will get better. Things will get better. But maybe there's some way you could actively make your life better right now with some advice from our very own podcast gremlin, Miles, with advice that will go for miles with Miles Bonsignore.
I'm also gonna go see Lizzo.
It's advice that'll go for miles. Tune into your ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the season finale of Advice That'll Go for Miles.
Oh, no.
Thanks so much for joining us on this journey. It's the end of the year, and we really loved having you. You can find your car outside. There's a valet, and everyone can go on and get them. But until then, this is Advice That'll Go for Miles. Hold each other's fucking hands. Because you're about to be wowed by this advice. Have you ever wanted a dead-ass tree in your house? Have you ever wanted Santa? Santa baby, I really want a tree in your house. Pine needles aplenty. On the floor, dead as a doornail. This year, Christmas is gonna get green. Water your Christmas tree or it'll be dead like mine. If you have a Christmas tree and you bring it on down to your house and you leave it on the porch for several days, even though your girlfriend says you should probably water that, you're going to want to put it in some water. Preferably one of those stands that has water. Otherwise, it'll be dead as a doornail, Buster. And I absolutely did kill the Christmas tree, and I said it would be fine, and it is not. And there's a lot of dead pine needles, and I don't even know this fucker's gonna last till Christmas. But needless to say, I've offered to buy another tree for the house. I've been declined because I believe I should be living in my shame of a Christmas tree. But what you're gonna want to do is get one of those stands that has water, which we had. So I should have fucking thought about that. But if you put it in, then put a little water in on like day one. Otherwise, the water is moot.
I'm a fake tree boy myself.
I've heard of that. It sounds good.
Water your
you
Hanukkah bush.
You got to
Hanukkah
refill
bush.
the water. You know, Miles, it soaks up that bad boy.
I know we've been refilling like nonstop, but this fucker will just not come back to life. It's
Thirsty
been
boy.
flatlining.
Maybe you don't believe in Santa hard enough.
That's maybe it though. So maybe if I think about it real hard.
Have you held hands and sung around it?
Well, yeah, and we tried to sing. We've been singing carols. We have lots of lights in that room. Our dog is a Christmas ass looking dog.
Miles, tell me, where did you get that hat, and did you read the fine print? Because you might be Santa now, and if you are denying that awesome responsibility, well, you're going to ruin Christmas for not just yourself, but for millions of kiddies and kiddos all around the globe.
Fuck. Yeah, the hat was on sort of a guy who fell off my house.
I just rewatched Santa Claus, and last night I was falling asleep. You know how you have those crazy, stupid ideas when you're falling asleep? My idea was like, we need to revamp the Santa Claus, but it should just be called, "Oh no, I guess I'm Santa." And it's about a guy who has to just come to terms with the fact that he's Santa now. But it's like, in my mind, it would be played by the guy who does the show I Think You Should Leave on Netflix. Just
Isn't
so that
the
he
actual plot of it?
Well, yes, it is. But I want a more sassy character to be that. And also, like, it's all also about him, like, loving his son and forming a bond. Nah, we cut that out. It's just a guy being like, okay, I guess I'm Santa now. But he sucks at being Santa, but he wants to be Santa. So it's the opposite of Santa Claus, right? He doesn't want to be Santa, but he's actually pretty good at it. This guy sucks at being Santa, but he has to be.
Right, they've done Bad Santa with Billy Bob, but there's no magic in that. They've done the Santa Claus, where there's lots of magic, but for kids. They haven't done the hard R, the guy is actually Santa.
Yeah.
But
I'm Santa.
Oh, fuck, I'm Santa.
I have a pitch. You can easily take just a continuation of the Santa Claus universe, right? Because it just chooses whoever Santa Claus dies in front of, basically.
Well, whoever puts on the coat.
And puts on the coat. So that should be with, like, Octavia Spencer. Right? So not a white man, something totally different. And then there's a whole cultural aspect that you can play with, because I don't think that code is going to discriminate, you know? And I would definitely watch that movie.
I got another one. If the coat holds this awesome power, well, then certainly people are going to be after that coat. I want the most dangerous game, but the prize is Santa. And Octavia Spencer's in that with a fucking hunting rifle. She's going after it. You got Chris Hemsworth. He's the longbow guy. He only hunts classically, you know. I think we need Who's the girl who plays Emily Dickinson? Who was in True Grit?
Oh, you're talking about she's going to be in.
She's a good singer too.
Oh, Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah, we need a young Haley Steinfeld in there, and she's like, oh, she's so sweet, she'll never hurt somebody, but she got the fucking whip.
Yeah, Zendaya is like an elite hacker that's sort of hacking into the archives of Who's Naughty and Nice.
Oh, but the twist is...
Jacob Tremblay's going after that coat.
The twist is that they're all different magical creatures who have been tired of Santa's reign. So you find out that Chris Hemsworth is actually King of the Elves.
Oh.
So I'm remembering even more of my...
Seth Rogen as the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth Fairy.
Bazooka.
Yeah, they're pissed. Yes.
I remember even more of my crazy nighttime ideas, and it ended, the grand jump that I made would be that it would be called Santa versus God. And Santa decides that he should be God because he only rules with the idea of rewarding good rather than punishing bad, which is God is does both. I mean, coal kind of sucks, but you don't have to keep the coal, right? You can at least use it in your fire. But this would be, he needs to get enough people to believe in him that he has as much power as possible to fight God.
That's good.
So, Keith, the twist is at the end of this first Santa Claus movie, you reveal that one of those people going after Santa, Zendaya, is actually Jesus.
Oh!
The missionary for God. So the sequel is set up where God is going to come after Santa.
Huge.
And it's called The
Can I
War
get a
on
hell
Christmas.
The War on Christmas.
Can I get a hell yeah for Yahya Abdul-Mateen, Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen? He's our fucking Easter bunny. Let's do this.
Yeah.
He's going to hop
Hell
all over
yeah.
these motherfuckers.
Wow. This is pretty good. I think we could write this down.
That's right. Wow, that was a great movie idea. That's the best way to wrap up 2020.
Yeah.
All right, if you're listening, don't steal it. That's ours. Just back
ours.
off, motherfucker. If
Go
you're
see
at
our-
Hollywood, get out of here. You're not. This is ours. Back
Go
off.
see our current movie so that we can raise enough money to make the next films, which we promise will be all war holiday film classics. And it's going to be great. We're going to start a new thing. Every year, instead of getting me, Eugene to sit in my lap, we're going to make another more horrific, semi-sacrilegious Christmas film where there's bloodshed and a king.
Love that. And the TryPod will return on January 7th.
Ooh, what a beautiful day.
No, Miles, that's not how you announce things. One more time with...
The TryPod will be returning on January 7th.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and we'll see you all tomorrow at our world premiere of Behind the Try. Get your tickets now at tryguys.com/movie.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, get the merch, do all the shit, see the movie, join us there, and there's so many movies. We got DVDs, we got vinyls, we got a lot of cool stuff, actually, a lot of cool bonuses. We hope that you join us for, and let us know what you think of the movie. Tweet at us. I really am so eager to hear your thoughts. Until next year, Keith, hit us with the official TryPod theme song.
Oh, Becky's outside. Come on in, Becky. She's got a plate of breakfast for me. She was so kind to wait until we finished to bring the breakfast for me. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we're having. A big cup of juice. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. And we got some butter toast and some eggs and some kale. What a wonderful TryPod. Have a good rest of your year. It's the TryPod.
Until next time, stay beautiful.
Ho, 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 ho.